Let me put the conclusion right up front, so you don't have to wait for it. My channel currently has 19 subscribers. I have not made any money. Not 1 cent. That is what this episode is about. How much I've made, how much I've spent, where I'm stuck, and the one finding from my own data that isn't a guess. This one isn't me relaying someone else. This is my own ledger.
There are no external sources in this episode. Every number comes from my channel dashboard and from production records in this repository that can be rechecked. That is both its weakness. The sample is one person, me, and its entire value. In this category of content, very few people are willing to put the real numbers on the table.
First, why I made this episode. I want to become someone who can make money on YouTube. That thought is ordinary. A lot of people have it. And the question of what to make has been blocking me for a very long time. Book reviews, book walkthroughs, predictions about where AI is going, technical analysis, news analysis. I've switched between these directions more than once. Then I watched a lot of make money with AI tutorials on YouTube. Some of them looked worth trying. Some of them I'd rather not comment on. But they all have one thing in common. None of them mention the pitfalls. So let me set a rule here. I will not review any specific tutorial. I will not name anyone, and I will not point at any particular person or channel. I'm only going to talk about the pitfalls I fell into myself. All right, numbers.
Channel dashboard, as of today. Current subscribers, 19. Up 14 in the last 28 days. Views over the last 28 days, 2,300. Watch time, 32.8 hours.
Now let's put those numbers next to YouTube's monetization threshold.
The YouTube Partner Program requires the following: 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 hours of public watch time within 12 months. There's also a shorts path, 10 million views in 90 days.
So let's do the math. 19 subscribers against 1,000. That is 1.9%. 32.8 hours is 28 days worth. Annualized, that's about 428 hours. The threshold is 4,000, which means 10.7%. I'm off by a factor of 9.4. But the calculation that actually made me sit up straight is this next one. I am 981 subscribers away from 1,000, and I gained 14 in the last 28 days. 981 divided by 14 times 28 days.
1,962 days. Roughly 5.4 years.
5.4 years just to reach the threshold. Note the wording. To reach the threshold. Not to make money. Then there's cost. I spend roughly $100 a month on this.
Speech synthesis, image generation, and embedding API costs. Stock footage and the upload APIs are free.
5.4 years is 65 months. 65 times 100. $6,450. That is what I have to spend, at my current pace, before I earn my first dollar. There's one more calculation I want to run, but I have to flag this one first. I don't have measured ad revenue per view, because I haven't hit the threshold, so that number doesn't exist in my dashboard at all. So what follows is my estimate, not my measurement.
Revenue per 1,000 views for tech content, roughly $2 to $10. At 2,300 views, that's about $5 to $23 a month.
Against $100 of cost. Let me say this plainly. Even if I somehow hit the threshold tomorrow, at my current traffic, this is still a loss. Now let me tell you how much I've made, because that contrast is the real content of this episode.
Counts from the repository. 2 long-form series, 28 episodes each. 1 shorts line with 50, another with 10, plus 404 earlier episode directories. Speech synthesis, 1,716 segments total. Image generation, 50 recorded runs.
I'm not trying to tell you how hard I work. I'm pointing at something else. Extremely high output, 0 revenue. Both of those are true at the same time. And that combination is exactly the picture those tutorials never show. Because it doesn't look good. All right, the pitfalls. 4 of them, all mine, all with records you could check. Number 1, The book review line. I built it. I settled the format. Then I stopped it. I didn't stop it because it was bad. I stopped it because I judged it didn't match the direction I wanted to go. That was my own decision, not an external constraint. Number 2, the audio line. This one stings more.
I built the entire podcast distribution chain. RSS, Spotify, Apple, Xiaoyuzhou. All 4 channels, fully working.
And after it was built, I shut all of it down. When I went back over this one, I realized something. When I built it, I never asked what it would actually bring me. I just felt that content should have a podcast. That's a judgment copied from other people, not one calculated from my own ledger. Number 3 is the one I most want to talk about because it wasn't a bad decision. It was a pure engineering failure.
There's an automated pipeline that posts short videos to X. It was built and working. On July 4th, the queue ran dry. And then it spun on nothing for 26 days. Nobody noticed.
26 days. And the reason I eventually found is worse than nobody refilled the queue.
That account has a 2-minute cap on video length. And the clip at the front of the queue was over it. The upload endpoint accepted the video. Every single time. Several hundred megabytes, uploaded successfully. It was the posting step that rejected it. On failure, it never wrote a record, so 4 hours later it fetched the same item and failed again.
So it silently jammed the entire queue. Everything behind it, all of which was under the limit and would have posted fine, never got a turn. The lesson here isn't write retry logic. It's a different sentence. Automation that nobody watches is the same as no automation. It failed faithfully every 4 hours and faithfully said nothing. Number 4, the companion code repository.
26 chapters of content with 20 automated pushes configured. 18 of them failed.
My first assumption was that chapters hadn't gone up, and I got ready to backfill. Then I checked. Not a single chapter was missing. Because at one point, I took a shortcut and pushed everything at once. After that, every scheduled batch push became a rewind. All rejected. 18 red failure records. All of it noise. The lesson from this one is this. A failure record does not mean something happened. I nearly went and did work for a problem that didn't exist. With all 4 laid out, I want to sort them, because talking about them as one pile is misleading. The first 2 are decision problems. I built things I shouldn't have built, or I built them without doing the math first. The last 2 are engineering problems. The thing was built correctly, but nobody was watching it. Those 2 categories have completely different fixes. Blur them together, and you end up with making content is hard, which is a useless thing to say. Now, about those tutorials. I won't name them. I'll describe the structure. The ones I watched fall roughly into these categories. Mass-producing videos with AI to run a channel. Writing and publishing books with AI. Selling AI automation services to small businesses. Running an AI asset or template site. Running a faceless channel. I'm not going to judge whether these methods work. I'm going to state one fact I can observe without naming anyone. I have the numbers on one video of this type. 25 minutes long. 1.02 million views.
Here's the structure of its description box. Several affiliate links, plus a free online workshop, and the exit from that free workshop points to a paid product.
Which means the video itself is the top of a funnel. Now put that next to my numbers. 25 minutes, 1.02 million views. Me, 28 days, 2,300 across the whole channel. 443 times. What I want to say is not that I'm worse than it. That's obvious. What I want to point at is what the comparison itself reveals. A video teaching how to make money with AI pulled 1 million views. That fact alone tells you the action actually making money is selling the course, not the methods it teaches. That sentence holds without naming a single person. And please notice, the episode I'm making right now is formally the same category of thing. A person on YouTube talking about how to make money with AI. There's exactly one difference. I have no course to sell and no revenue screenshot to show. Because I haven't made any money. That's the only credibility I can offer, and the only one I can afford. Finally, one finding that grew out of my own data. It's the only evidence-backed direction in this entire episode.
Top content in the dashboard over the last 48 hours. A news short about shorting NVIDIA, 275 views. One about a petition signed by 1,171 people, 68. One about the IDE moving into the chat box, 48.
Number 1 is a news short, and it's clearly ahead of the rest. The value of this finding isn't that the number is big. 275 is tiny. The value is this. It grew out of my own data. It wasn't copied from any tutorial. I've made long form. I've made shorts. I've done technical analysis. I've done news relays. And the actual feedback tells me this. At the scale I'm currently at, news shorts are the only slot that echoes back. So the thing I'm going to test next is that slot. Not because some tutorial says short video is good, because my own dashboard says so. I have to state this fully. This conclusion has serious limits. 275 is far too small. Small enough that it could be pure chance. And the sample is one channel. So it isn't a conclusion. It's a direction worth testing. And that distinction is exactly where I think those tutorials are least honest. They present directions as conclusions. Let me wrap up. There's no you can do this too in this episode, because I haven't done it myself. The only 3 things I can give you are these. 1 set of real numbers, 4 pitfalls I genuinely fell into, and 1 direction that grew out of my own dashboard. Next, I'll be watching 3 things, and I'll come back and settle the accounts. 1. Whether the news short slot still holds once I scale the volume up. If it turns out that 1 clip just got lucky, I'll say so. 2. How that 5.4-year estimate changes. It's a linear extrapolation from my current pace, and growth usually isn't linear. Whichever direction it moves, I'll report it straight. 3. Whether that $100 a month cost line can be pushed down. Because before traffic picks up, lowering cost is the only variable I control. I haven't made any money, but I have a ledger. And that ledger is the content I intend to keep making. Next episode, we settle the accounts.